Luka didn't have to get in shape to prove that the Mavericks made a bizarre decision, but Luka's body changing so much this summer.
Luka Doncic had set his sights on proving all his critics wrong this NBA season. Luka had dropped 31 pounds, which is unlike previous years where he gets slimmer during the preseason only to show up overweight for the season. This time, he and his team tried something different.
You said this offseason was different from you. Why?
I would say me and my team just tried some new things, different food, different practices. I actually gave up playing basketball for 1 month, which I never done in my life.
And with what we saw during his first showing at the European Summer League, Luka Doncic might turn into an MVP this season. But this slimmer Doncic isn't just after the MVP. He's after revenge and his own LA legacy. Interestingly, about 50 years ago, another shocking trade involving Kareem Abdul-Jabbar produced that legacy. So, are we about to see history repeat itself? The image of a slimmer and well-conditioned Luka Doncic on the cover of Men's Health magazine had the NBA world buzzing. The media couldn't help but wonder if he was using Ozempic. So, they asked,
You felt like you needed to step away from the game in order to focus on the fitness aspect of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was just diet and exercise, that's it.
Yeah.
No Ozempic, none of those shots or anything.
Turns out, Luka is just so motivated, more than he has ever been. All the fat shaming, calling him a defensive liability, and the Mavs telling the world that he could not lead a team to titles finally broke him. So, he worked it out with his fitness team during the summer, and the results are out already. Luka went from a heavy 260 plus pounds to a chiseled 200, powered by a gluten-free, low-sugar diet, intermittent fasting, and brutal two-a-days in Croatia. We're talking 720-pound lifts, high-intensity sprints, and even agility drills. For the first time ever, Luka even stepped away from basketball for an entire month. Not because he was done competing, but because he wanted to rebuild himself from the ground up. This same kind of transformation happened with Shaquille O'Neal in 1999. Shaq worked on his conditioning, which in turn made him quicker. And by the end of the season, Shaq became both the MVP and the Finals MVP that year. But can we expect the same from Luka? Well, we got a taste of this slimmer Luka during the Slovenia vs. Germany Summer League match. After the game, NBA scouts were saying he's quicker and more explosive. He's getting by people more easily. I think he's going to win MVP and the scoring title next season. He wants to get revenge on Dallas for basically fat shaming him. Having witnessed what a 200-pound rookie Luka did in the NBA in 2018, slicing through defenses and winning Rookie of the Year, one can only imagine how much more he can do. Now at 26, he has the same explosiveness, the wisdom of a 5-time All-NBA star, the best conditioning of his life, and revenge on his mind. Is there anything to stop Luka this season? For a player who dropped 73 pounds in a revenge game against the team that first traded him, to get slimmer, dropping 31 pounds means a lot. Like, how much better can you get when even while you were overweight, you could take a team like Dallas to the NBA Finals? Nonetheless, to the Mavericks, he was a risk. But to Lakers GM Rob Pelinka, he is the future now. This is a man who played his first 28 games overweight and heartbroken, and yet still he averaged 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. And let's not forget that he did that while adjusting to a new playbook and sharing the floor with LeBron James. But during this offseason, both Luka and the Lakers decided on what they wanted this NBA season. The Lakers just locked Doncic in with a 3-year, $165 million max extension, complete with a player option that could make him eligible for a $417 million supermax in 2028. This announcement came with just 3 words: the journey begins. That implies that LA isn't planning on building for the future alone. The future has begun already, and Luka is already in his prime. And this kind of urgency that has made the Lakers the elite franchise that they are. It's the same urgency Shaquille O'Neal felt in 1999 when Phil Jackson told him dropping weight could extend his career and make him unstoppable. That season, Shaq dominated his way to an MVP and his first All-NBA defensive team. The parallels aren't lost on anyone, especially Shaq, who's certain of Doncic's quality, whether fat or slim.
Because one of my best friends just told me fat Luka is better than 99.9% of all the guards in the game.
Just imagine how much more he can do now that he's in shape. What's more, the Lakers are building around him the perfect supporting cast to help him face the challenge.
This superstar basketball player, who's now in one of the most storied franchises in sports annals, isn't satisfied.
In Los Angeles, the superstars always shine brightest, but they always need the right pieces around them. For a few seasons, the Lakers have been defined by LeBron James's gravitational pull. Now, at 41, he's still an all-star, but his role is shifting. And the plan is for Luka to take over the show, while LeBron thrives as the league's most dangerous secondary weapon. Last season, LeBron averaged 25 points while playing more off-ball than ever, catching lobs, spotting up, and slicing through defenses off Luka's passes. Early into the Luka trade last season, the duo were unstoppable. But this season, it's about to get even better. When you look at the roster around him, it's almost surgical in design. Marcus Smart brings 2022 Defensive Player of the Year credentials and that dog mentality. Last year, he averaged 1.9 steals while shooting over 36% from deep. His presence on the perimeter frees Luka to gamble in passing lanes, a big reason Luka jumped to 1.6 steals per game after arriving in LA. Next, we have DeAndre Ayton, the 7-foot paint anchor. Ayton gives Luka what he's never truly had, a rim-running, glass-cleaning, shot-blocking big who can also finish with finesse. Last year, Ayton put up 17 points and 11 rebounds per game. But his numbers are about to go up now that he's catching lobs from one of the most creative passers in the sport. And then we have Austin Reeves, whose impact is undeniable. He shot 40.8% from three last season, while averaging 16 points, and he has a knack for hitting the shot the Lakers need most. Playing next to Luka elevates him. That way, he gets more open looks, more chances to attack closeouts, and more moments where defenses have to pick their poison. This trio does more than support Luka's offense. They solve the problems that held him back in Dallas: lack of defensive coverage, lack of interior dominance, and inconsistent spacing. But then again, no one's really worried about what Luka can do offensively. It's the defense.
We're not worried about what he brings offensively. What you're thinking about is his movement without the basketball offensively, because he'd be in shape and he'd be willing to run more. And number two, he'd obviously be willing, you hope, to play better defense and not be a defensive liability.
With better conditioning and someone like LeBron to learn from, can we expect to see Luka make some chase down blocks this season? Only time will tell. But here's what we know now. If Luka's transformation was just about looking good in men's health spread, the story would end there. But it isn't cosmetic, it's competitive. With the extra weight gone, Luka's game has leveled up in every direction. He's moving faster, covering more ground defensively, and sustaining his energy deep into fourth quarters. That alone sets him apart from last season, when conditioning forced him to pace himself. Last year, in 28 games with the Lakers, he produced 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. Now, imagine that over a full season, with Marcus Smart's cutting, DeAndre Ayton's pick-and-roll finishing, and Austin Reeves' 40.8% three-point shooting, all creating a runway for him. Imagine how many more points he can score in a revenge game against the Mavs and Cooper Flag. Imagine witnessing Luka Doncic play the entire 2026 season the way he played the 2024 playoffs. Although Doncic's situation with his conditioning often gets compared to Shaq, however, unlike Shaq, we are about to see just how good an overweight superstar gets when he's in shape. Experts like Kendrick Perkins are saying that skinny Luka is winning MVP this season.
He is my early pick for MVP.
It's really not far-fetched if you think about it. If Luka's shooting climbs into the 37-38% range from deep, which JJ Redick's motion offense allows for, we could be looking at 30-plus points per game. Add to that a 13-plus assist season with all defensive consideration. That's not just MVP level production, that's face of the league territory. And he looks set to take the crown. Luka Doncic didn't come to Hollywood to be another name in the Lakers history books. He came to write his own chapter. At 26, he's in his prime. He's not waiting for LeBron's window to close or for the next generation, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, to take the spotlight from him. This is his time, his city, and his team. Rob Pelinka has given him the tools. Ayton's size, Smart's defense, Reeves' shooting. Luka has given LA the urgency. Soon, it will be time to execute. But can Luka raise the MVP trophy and a championship banner in 2026? Or will the league's new faces steal the crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're hyped for what's coming, check out Is Luka Doncic the greatest of his generation? Next.